All right, welcome back to our favorite stuff. That was my good buddy Jacob Zabo and Oakrest. I'm good friends with all of them. It was Long Thoughts, their new EP, Anamaria Drive. Well, it's not really new anymore, but it's their newest one. It's out on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you can find music. It's out there. You want shirts, merch, anything, just contact them on social media, Oakrest, and you'll be able to find it. They're awesome.
I think it's the best track off the EP.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I
Long
think
Thoughts?
so too.
It's really good.
I can't remember talking to Jacob. I can't remember what he said his favorite one was, but I think that's up there. They made a music video.
Didn't they do a thing on like their Instagram story saying which one
That was a while ago, dude.
they liked the most? I thought it was.
That song came out a long time ago. Or that album, right? So.
I mean, at the time, that was the right answer.
I think so, for sure. I think that was their best one. All right, so today's episode, we are doing a top 10 sort of countdown. We chose top 10 video games because it's something that means quite a lot to both of us.
Yeah,
considering we've played video games for our whole entire lifespan. And on some, pretty much, most of the hours we do waking is video games.
And
if we don't have anything pressing.
we pursue similar video games, but we differentiate in what we
enjoy about them. It's pretty much we like the same video games, but what we enjoy about them is pretty much where it differentiates, right? There was something I was going to bring up off the top here, and I can't remember what it was.
I'm not you, bro.
It's just
I'm not in that. How do you?
Mind block. I'm like, hey, I'm going to lead with this. Oh, I remember now. So if you watched our last episode, or listened to our last episode, sorry.
Oh, God.
On D23, I want to plead ignorance and just plead stupidity. I've been informed by someone very close to me that is a lot more into Disney than I am, that I am a babbling idiot.
Apparently it's been going on for
It's been going on for years. It's one of the biggest things Disney does.
Since the dawn of time. So. And
I'm kind of embarrassed that I just totally swept D23 under the carpet.
I'm going to be real.
I've never heard of it.
Who cares? I don't care.
I mean, I kind of care at the same time because I want to be right. I don't want to be like.
It's just D23. Who cares?
But like, I don't know. I just wanted to say that like I was completely wrong, and I figured I would note that so that just fix that in your head. So top 10 video games. We're doing the countdown. We both got separate lists. We haven't told each other the lists. We are doing the countdown, yes, partially based on how good the game was, but most of it is opinionated.
Yeah. Mine, 100%, is what games I've taken the most out of. Like, I can look back and say I enjoyed my time playing this game. There are games that I've played that are better, like mechanically and story-wise, than the games I have on this list. But these games I have, they're games that kind of meant something to me, and they're a memorable part of like my childhood, or I remember playing it, and even though the game wasn't as good as other games I played, it had a certain charm to it, or something that I liked about it that made it think. I thought of it when I got this list.
Yeah.
Where I was making the list.
Yeah.
And that's why they're on the list. There are games that are definitely better, I bet. But I don't know. These games just seem to do it for me.
Yeah, so this list is completely opinionated. We're not going on.
Yeah, we're not saying these games are better than other people's games. They just are games we've enjoyed. We're not even saying that, these are our top 10. We think these are the best games of all time.
Yeah.
No games are close to these. We enjoy them.
Yeah, this is straight up preference. No other thing about it. If you disagree in any sort of way, Robert
of course you will.
Robert doesn't like me saying this, but contact us in any way you can.
No, I've had a turn around.
You had a turn around.
Look at the Instagram page, all right?
There we go.
Check it out.
Hey,
embrace
embrace the social.
God awfulness that has come with it.
So yeah, TVIS4G9988 for me, Robert's Keenan Robert, I believe.
Yep.
Facebook under our names and anything. Just contact us anywhere you can find us. I'm probably gonna make a page.
I'm incredibly lonely. Just message me.
Robert
I'll
needs some
respond.
friends. I'm probably gonna make a page dedicated to this podcast, our favorite stuff.
It's a good idea.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yet.
Also, by the way, for all you guys out there, unbeknownst to me, we have a Google account profile. We have all these.
I needed to make the YouTube account.
Accounts.
Yeah.
None of them to which I have the password for. This man locks me out of our own accounts out of fear that I will tamper with the product.
Not tamper with the product. It's more trusted if I'll give you the passwords.
You better.
Right here, live on the podcast. Ready? No, but yeah. So to start off the podcast list that we got going on here, I want to start off with honorable mentions.
We're starting off with honorable mentions.
Yeah, just because
I thought we were going to Watch Mojo before number one.
No, because that's dumb. Because people are already engaged in the list, and then they just don't. They're like, oh, here's some people that could have. Like,
it builds the suspense, though.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, no shit, they're not on the list.
All right.
They weren't there. You know what I mean? Honorable mentions, they find like, hey, these are the things you're not going to find on the list, and this is why. I need to explain why it's not on the list.
I mean, for real? I didn't do as many honorable mentions as you did. You went hard on honorable mentions.
I wanted to make sure I got this list somewhat right. That's another thing, too, is the list's not set in stone. Because there's probably so many games we didn't think of. If
you asked me this to make this list a week later, it'd probably be like there'd be 3 different games on it.
Yeah, because you never know. Like I said, we've played a lot of video games in our life, but...
Oh, yeah, I've played a lot of video games that I probably barely remember playing that I probably might have enjoyed more than these. It's just, memory is such a fickle thing.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Pretty much. So, honorable mentions for me, I mean, I'll start with my honorable mentions, and then if you want to add anything in, knock yourself out. So, I have Assassin's Creed, the franchise, I would say, as an honorable mention. It didn't quite make my top 10 just because in the first 2 games, it was so difficult and boring to play. It was a fun game mechanic. Yeah. But it was so hard to go anywhere. It was just that thing that stuck with me that made it a frustrating game.
Yeah, and the missions, they seem kind of redundant. It was mostly just you tail someone.
Steal something.
But yeah, the later installments are pretty good. I find the amount of time where I've enjoyed it the most was probably like Unity.
Yeah.
Because I had a good, like, you could either sword combat, and the combat actually felt pretty good. It was like if the Arkham series combat was a bit better, to be honest. The whole countering and attacking. I found the way Arkham did it was boring. You could mash triangle the whole time and win. With this, there was an inherent risk of counterattacking. If you counterattacked wrong, you got punished really hard, actually. And you could die in 1 or 2 hits from missing a counter. Or you could choose just to go block for a safer way, but you don't get a counterattack.
Yeah.
It was actually like good, or you can go about it stealthily, but I thought worked perfectly.
I'm going to throw that out right now, is that Arkham Asylum would be on my honorable mentions. It probably should have made the list.
I love Arkham and all that. It's amazing.
It probably should have made the list to me, but I probably didn't remember, and there's probably a reason why I didn't make I made this list a couple days ago, so it's probably a reason why it didn't make the list. I can't remember it right now, but I'm going to throw that out too as an honorable rec.
I would say Arkham City would be on my list.
I meant City. Sorry, Asylum was the first game. Yeah, when Asylum City originated.
Just because the story was so good. Right. The whole concept of Arkham City and all that was an amazing concept. The stealth parts felt good. Sneaking around. The combat, I felt like it was lacking. They could have fleshed that out a bit more.
Yeah, you had the
whole mash triangle to win
throughout the whole, because they didn't change it.
They didn't change it.
1 through 4, right? They didn't change it.
Arkham Knight, they kind of made it a bit different in the fact that there was like one enemy that you couldn't counterattack. The big guys, you had to hop over and beat them, and it was like, wow. Yeah, they didn't
revisit, but I'm a story guy for some games.
No, exactly.
Especially with Batman, so with it's basically just an interactive movie. So I don't mind that, you know what I mean?
No, I thought there were the stealthy parts, though. You had to like sneak around. That was actually pretty good.
Detective, like some missions, like side missions, worlds of side missions.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you have to find those.
It is not a game without flaws.
No, not very many. Other honorable mentions for me were the show and NHL games. They've played such a big part in my life.
I thought the same thing. I honorable mentions, but not on the list.
I can't pick one. Because that's one rule I made about these lists.
One per franchise.
Just a heads up, is 1 per franchise. I'm not, filling, because if a game's got like 5 games in the franchise, you're like, man, I love that franchise. That can't be your 1 through 5. That's not a list.
And I find with MLB and NHL, like just like the main title ones, like MLB The Show 19.
MLB The Show and NHL.
And NHL, the EA one, all that.
Yeah, EA, NHL.
They are like a huge part of our lives. We play the new ones every year. They come out, we buy them.
I just bought NHL 20 today.
Literally. And I play MLB 19 all day.
Yeah.
I will play that game from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. But I feel like there's something different about them than a game you play that has like a story to it, and you finish it, and you complete it, and you're like, oh, that was good. Because you never complete these games. They more just seem like a part of my life.
If you're a sports fan, these games are for you because you can continually do different stuff.
That's why I felt like it was different than the games I have on my list. Yet again, there are games on my list that are like that, where there is no like story and ending. But it just seemed different for some reason. But yeah, definitely an honorable mention. Love those games.
The Jason Bourne game, the Bourne Supremacy, I think it was called.
Oh my god, that game was good. Yeah.
Awesome game. Just you felt like you were playing in the movies.
The only thing, my problem with that game was you got caught in combat with someone, and then you got shot and killed.
Yeah.
All the time. That was the only flaw I could find with that game, was that one little weird mechanic. And
lastly, the Battlefront games, the old Star Wars Battlefront games.
That was one of the original one I played on PS2.
Yeah.
Fun, bro.
Do you have any honorable mentions to mention before we...
I mean, I was going to have Battlefront, the original one.
Yeah.
Like Arkham, yeah. I actually didn't think of Bourne, but if I had it, I would have put that on honorable mentions, because that was a fun game. It was a game you could just pick up and play through. It was really fun, high-paced.
It was so smooth.
The combat was fun. Like, the hand-to-hand actually felt good. And the shooting mechanics were pretty good. They were pretty clean. I don't know. I've been playing a lot of online games. I haven't played Las Vegas in a while, so there's always games like Counter-Strike. I love that game. I spent years of my life on that game. And it was just amazing. I want to mention because, yet again, it's not a game that are like these games. It didn't really take anything with me. Like, I play League of Legends all the time.
Yeah.
But would it be one of my favorite games?
You feel into your heart.
No, it's not one of my favorite games. I just play it because it's just something to play. Same with, like, I don't know. Just any games. Like Overwatch. I play Overwatch all the time. Or I used to, not as much anymore.
I'm surprised Overwatch wasn't.
Doesn't make the list, to me? No, because it's not something that means something to me. It's just fun.
I'm just thinking of, like many people would put Overwatch on their list.
I just find it different. I don't know. That's just me, my personal preference. I find games like MLB The Show, NHL, Overwatch, League of Legends, Counter-Strike, they're different. They're so... I don't know. I actually really can't explain it. It's just how I feel.
All right, you ready to dive on in?
Yep.
All right. I'll start. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to say 10, you're going to say 10, me 9, 9, 8, 8, right?
All the way down to 1.
And again, if you guys have a different version of your list or you just want to submit your list to us, because I'm curious. I love this stuff. I love countdowns, top 10. I love seeing people's opinions about stuff. Like, it's something in my mind.
It's fun.
I love seeing
sharing opinions.
People's opinions.
It's a great thing.
So comment on our YouTube page, send us a message, anywhere you can, let us know. So I'm going to start. Number 10 is LA Noire, and I just recently bought this game, and I think that's what squeaked it back in.
Here's the thing. I called you out. I'm like, is LA Noire on your list? You said, no, it's not. You lying, conniving bastard.
So yeah, I just recently bought this game. It came out for the PS3 May 2011. It's a Rockstar Games game. So you can imagine as soon as I say Rockstar Games, you can go, okay, it's open map. It's probably some sort of driving. And you know what I mean? Rockstar Games are very similar in outline. They just kind of change.
Yeah.
You play as Detective Gold Phelps. So you basically you follow his journey. You follow his journey through his life. So
you start off as a cop,
then detective, then like multiple different offices of detectives.
Yeah.
Like you just follow his journey.
You start traffic, then you go on to homicide, I think.
And then
there's Vice. I saw Vice. I don't know.
Vice
what that
and
is.
then arson, I think. Or
and then arson
and then Vice. I don't know.
Either way.
For sure. So yeah.
And you got all these backstory clips when he was in the military too.
Awesome. It's cool. Like what I like about it is the crime aspect and the mystery and having to solve things. Because I don't want to spoil any of these games on my list today, so I'm going to keep it pretty vague. The way you go about it is you interview somebody, usually. Like, you have to interrogate. You have to look at clues. And you can go about your ways doing these missions without finding clues. Like, I've completed missions so far that I didn't find certain clues, and they let you know at the end. They're like, hey, you could have had life so much easier if you had looked around.
Yeah.
Or you could have had life easier if you questioned this person harder. Like, it's a choose your own.
I find the interviewing is actually really good.
It's hard. It gets hard.
It is difficult.
You have to tell if they're lying. Mm-hmm. And you have to provide proper evidence you've gathered in your little notebook. You have to be a good cop, bad cop. Like, it's hard. It's a hard interrogation.
But I think it's fair, because I think most of the time, afterwards, when they said, no, you should pick this one, I think that makes sense a lot of the time. That's my bad.
Yeah, I never get mad. I go, nah, that's bullshit.
There was that one time I did. I think I told you about that. I won't go into it because of mission stuff. But there was that one time with the glasses thing. That pissed me off.
Yeah, but I got that right, and because I know, I just knew that.
Well, they made such a point about it that I thought, this has to be that. But either way, that's the only thing I've seen. It's a good game. Very good.
It's an awesome game. Did it win any awards? Bestseller in 2011, according to.
You looked up awards?
Spike, I believe. Yeah, dude, I've got lists. You're gonna know everything I can about these
Holy
games.
Holy shit, that's a lot of text.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your phone right now. Oh my.
Yeah, you're gonna know everything I can give you about these games because I want to be informational. I don't want to be like, this is my game. See you later.
I'm just going off of what did it for me.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, like what did it for me would be.
No, you already explained that, the detectiveness.
Yeah, the open
and the
world
crime.
Because
you were watching Gotham a lot recently, you said, and that sparked your want to get into like
Gotham,
detective stuff.
Batman detective show. Yeah, so it made me. I'm like, you know what? Because when I was watching Gotham, I'm like, you know what would be. I'm like, man, I miss LA Noire. And I was like, well, it came out on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, like that generation of consoles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I wonder if I can find it on the PS4 store right there.
Yeah, probably
right there.
PlayStation now.
Expensive. It's more expensive than I thought. It's
$40.
$40 for a game that came out in 2011.
I like it.
Again, it was a bestseller. Game of the year bestseller.
Mm-hmm.
Like
right up my alley too, considering I love police officer stuff and all that of the like. It's my favorite thing ever.
It's interesting. It's very interesting.
It is.
All right. What's your number 10?
All right, number 10. Number 10. There was a.
It's hard. It's right on the fringe. It's
things that I thought could have been number 10.
Yeah.
And I've decided to put Resident Evil 2, the remake, on my number 10.
Resident Evil, eh?
That game was fun. Fun game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like that game.
I played through it. I liked it. I played it a lot. It's just a game that took up my time, and I was happy that it took up my time.
I mean, it looked like a good game.
It was fun. The story was solid. I liked the combat stuff, the problem solving.
The remake you played.
Yeah, the remake.
Yeah.
It was all good. I liked it. That's what I like. Games that engage me, that make me wanna, when I come home from school, or I come home from somewhere, I'm like, I want to play this game now.
Yeah.
And that game did that for me. This is the one that I least have to talk about, just considering that's the only reason why it's on my top 10, is because I liked it. It was just fun. I'm trying to think specifically what I liked about it. It was an action game, but it had horror elements. I like that. Because I like horror games, but sometimes I don't like the helplessness that you have, where you can't do anything.
Yeah, you just got to run and hide.
But this, you will get jump scared. You will have things that are hard to kill, that terrify you. Like those guys that run up and down the walls without the skin.
What are they called again?
Lickers?
No, that was...
No, Clicker was
Last
of Us. These guys are lickers, because they have long tongues or something. Those things are terrifying. They will never not terrify me. So that's why I like that, too. There's the whole atmosphere of this, like, abandoned place, all these zombies in it, and these things you don't know, the mysteries you gotta solve. Yeah, solid.
I'm surprised it didn't rank higher in your list.
Nah.
I'm just basing that off of what I know.
I think it's because I played it so recently, I haven't had time to look back on it.
To bond with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's on my number 10.
Yeah, no, okay. Number 9, for me, Rainbow Six Siege is placed at number 9.
Really?
And the reason it placed at number 9 and it made the top 10, I was playing with this because I have a hard time making new games, like newer games, in here, because I'm the same thing as you said, Resident Evil. You played it so recently, and I play this.
You haven't had time to look back on it yet.
Yeah, basically. It's like, there's no nostalgia feeling. But the more I think about it, it's just such a good game. It is just such a good game.
No, it's solid. I like it.
It's the tactical part of it, like co-op, how it's mainly co-op. First-person shooter co-op doesn't get better than that. And, like, you have a bunch of people that were already doing it, like COD and Battlefield, sorry. And you know what I mean? There's a bunch of people already doing it. And, I mean, Tom Clancy did it before with other Rainbow Sixes, but, like, it was a whole new, like, they brought this to a whole new level with Siege.
Solid game, yeah.
It's crazy. It came out in 2015, so not brand new. It's 4 years old.
But they updated it.
They updated it so recently. Operation Ember Rise just came out, so there's another update with 2 new characters. It's Ubisoft, which, again, it's weird, because when I think Ubisoft, I think Assassin's Creed. Like, that's the first game that comes to mind.
Yeah.
I forgot it was Ubisoft.
It's one of their big franchises,
to be honest,
yeah.
But
now that Assassin's Creed is kind of on its last legs at this point.
What?
Assassin's Creed is not doing well in the past recent years. It's time for new games to come. And also, it isn't new, but it's probably one of their probably better doing games at the moment.
Siege?
Yeah.
I would think so. It's the game that me and my friends, and this is another reason why I was Lucid. It's the game me and my friends come back to.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Me too.
You've heard me talk about it on the podcast before. It's a game that if I go, you know what? I don't like any of the games I'm playing right now.
Let's go play Siege.
Let's go play Siege. You know what I mean?
Fun.
Up until I bought LA Noire and NHL 20.
You can play alone and just, play.
Yeah,
you get all your buddies together, have a good laugh while you play.
Yeah.
There'll be moments where you try super hard, moments where you're taking it lightly, stuff like that.
So Rainbow Six Siege, if you don't know, it's basically, like I said, tactical game. You have to, there's different modes of the game. There's bomb,
so the essence of it is attack and defend.
Attack and defend, bomb,
and
hostage, or
secure area.
Yeah, secure area, pretty much. Yeah.
So when people attack an area, attack a bomb, or try to extract a person, other team tries to stop them. Game ends when people complete the objective, or everyone on either or other team dies.
If you listen to our first podcast,
we got
the very in depth of it. It won some awards as well. Not as many as I thought. To me, I'm like, this is a great game. But,
I find online games like this still don't earn as much awards as more story-based games.
Best PC game in 2014. So, upcoming. 2014.
Oh, yeah, that's how you said it came out in 2015.
Yeah, it was, the most, what's it called?
Anticipated?
The most anticipated PC game. Yeah, it was good.
Sync up.
Yeah. And best esports game in 2018, according to the Australia Games.
It's a big
esport. The Canada division is either happening right now or it just happened, actually.
Yeah, I saw some ads and stuff for that. They're making a big deal out of it.
All right, so that's it for number 9 for me.
All right, number 9.
He's got a huge smile on his face. I'm kind of scared.
PS2.
Okay,
it's on the PS2.
Come back, yeah.
MLB The Bigs. This game is so over the top for no reason, and I love it. The pitches are coming in so fast, you can't see them. You have to, half the time, swing and hope, I found.
It's pretty much an arcade MLB game.
Straight up. You have these pitches that are just super hard to hit. Everything's over-exaggerated. Even the people's body, their builds, they're just most muscular goddamn guys.
Yeah, if you're a muscle guy, you look like you're on steroids. If you're a smaller guy, like contact guy, you're all skinny and stringy.
They're all real players.
It's just like an MLB game.
Yeah, but everything's over the top. There, you build up meter, and then when you're pitching, you can get your super pitch, and it goes at 115 miles an hour. You're not hitting it.
Which is unheard of.
Huh? Yeah.
Which is unheard of in the
And then if you're hitting, it uses the super meter. The pitcher has to throw you a strike, and if you make contact with that strike, it's a dinger.
And you break the light.
You break the light, yeah. And there, you can hit line drives off the pitcher's face that bounce 16 feet into the air and get caught, fly ball, you're out. And if there's about to be a dinger hit, you can jump up off the wall, jump onto the wall, jump off the wall. You're a solid 8 feet off the ground at this point. And you have to press buttons in a quick time event. And based off the player's fielding stat, you have to do less buttons, so it's easier. And then you can rob the home run. It was fun. Oh my god!
It's an insane arcade.
I wasted quite a bit of time on that game. But yeah, just the fact.
It's impossible to beat some people, right? It's a hard game to play.
It's hard, yeah.
Even on the easier levels, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's a hard game.
But yeah, this game, it has a nostalgia factor. I wasted a lot of time on this game. Played it a lot.
Dude, I remember playing that game as a kid.
I love baseball. Baseball's half of
which is crazy because it's set up like an MLB game, like a 2K game. It's set up.
But it's so over the top. That's what really does it for me.
It's so crazy. It's outer worldly the way they everything happens.
It is ridiculous, this game.
It should be in an arcade somewhere, not on a console. You know what I mean? But that's the way games were back then. It's just the way.
Awesome,
a lot of arcade games.
I love that game.
It's the extreme.
They should remaster that or something and make next gen graphics.
I don't know if there'd be a market for it.
No, probably not.
People like us.
But I loved that game.
Number 8, we're moving on to, and this one, actually, it's so funny that you put an MLB game at number 9. Number 8, MLB 2K6. Now, this is before the show, or the show might have had a game at this moment. I don't know personally, but this is when 2K owned MLB. They're the ones who made the MLB games.
Yeah.
There was a crossover there where MLB 2K and the show were making them at the same time, but the show has wiped 2K Sports off the map.
They don't make MLB
for the MLB
anymore.
sector, anyways, because they still do NBA and FIFA. I think. Yeah,
and NBA is probably the biggest sports game. 2K.
Yeah. It's
they're not doing bad for themselves.
So MLB 2K6. I don't have to tell you when this came out. It came out in 2006.
You say NBA 2K6?
Yeah, MLB. Derek Jeter was the cover athlete for this one.
Oh yeah, we're going back.
Doesn't surprise me. Yeah, it's going way back. So the cool features that made me kind of like it, you could do, if you were underneath the ball for a long time, okay, you could move the right joystick. I played it on the Xbox, the original Xbox, and you could do like cool catches, like you catch it behind your back, or depending on the player's fielding stat. You catch it on your back, in between your legs. You could like do a spinorama and then catch it. Like you could do that.
That's kind of cool.
Super cool. And it's kind of all those things that made me like it. Like there was cheats you could unlock.
Was that the one where if you got hit and you jammed B, you could charge the mount?
I don't know. I know you could do that in the GameCube one in 2003. That's the only one I remember.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the one you're thinking of.
Probably. Because I remember you talking about that.
So you could do like cheats in this game where you could like you played mini games, like there was air hockey or like baseball quiz, or there was different mini games that unlocked you points, and then with those points you can unlock teams, like the 1917 Red Sox, or like you unlock classic teams with the points you earned in these mini games. And I found that so cool.
Yeah.
And like I said, the cheats, like there's a cheat where you can climb any wall. So you can climb like the Green Monster.
Oh, really?
In Fenway and rob a home run.
Like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And you didn't know that. Another thing about robbing home runs, where it's different now with the show, where to time it properly, you didn't quite have to time it. You just had to have the right fielding stat and have the right momentum towards the red triangle. And as long as it was catchable. Cause like,
I kind of like the fact you got to time it, though.
Yeah, it's a lot more realistic. It would just show a red triangle up against the wall, and like you didn't know how deep that home run was. So you could flick it, and your player would jump. But if it's in like the,
it's like 500
feet. The fifth deck, you're not catching.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But with that cheat, you can catch any home run ball as long as you timed it properly. Like just flick it up, and you can catch it. So yeah, that was cool. Some controversy with this game, and you might notice in the later MLB games, and I didn't really know this. No Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds.
I pointed that out the other day.
Was written out from.
I pointed that out.
Yeah, and I thought of nothing. I'm like, yeah.
I was like, I won't be 19. I want them to add a Barry Bonds Diamond Dynasty card. I don't care about his stupid asterisk in the stats. Same with what's his face? The one you thought was coming out.
A-Rod.
Yeah.
A-Rod.
I don't care about what controversy there is. They are still some of the best to play. And they deserve to have their card in the game.
I would say so.
100%.
No Barry Bonds. There was a character, and I can't remember his name, Joe something. It was a switch-hitting San Francisco outfielder. Just a random Joe Blow that replaced Barry Bonds in all the 2K games. And he wasn't as good as Barry Bonds, but he was still a pretty good player. Like, they weren't screwing you, but he wasn't like...
Was he a real person?
He was a max out. No. He was in every...
Was Barry Bonds a switch hitter?
I believe so. I don't know.
I
don't know.
Barry Bonds, like, dude, when someone intentionally walks you with the bases loaded when they're up by 2 in the 9th inning, because that happened once, you know that's a good player. And then they win the game because they did it.
Yeah.
That's nuts. You don't walk some of the bases loaded in the 9th inning when you're up by 2. But they did the Barry Bonds. Because it's Barry Bonds.
I really don't think he's a switch hitter. Anyways, they just made the guys maybe to make up for the lack of stats.
Yeah.
He was a decent player from what I remember.
No Barry Bonds.
No Barry Bonds, but so yeah, that's a little controversy for that one. Sports games don't really win awards. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah.
Actually, there wasn't much numbers on it in general, which I was surprised. So yeah, what's your number 8?
GameCube. Another oldie.
Okay.
NHL Hits.
NHL Hits.
What was it, 2007, right? On the GameCube?
That's number 7 on my list. That's the next game on my list.
Really?
Yeah. So we can kind of joint talk about this. Why did it make your list at number 8?
Oh, wait. Oh yeah, number 8. What the hell? I thought we were doing top 9 or something. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, number 8. Oh, it was just fun. It was arcadey. You could like cross people in their neck and they go front flipping over. But I felt like there was still a degree of skill to it. To where to take a shot, where to aim the shot, stuff like that. Loved the mini games. Would grind the mini games.
Yeah, there was mini games.
All fun. Tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe. You could like break people's windows. Control the puck.
3 on 3. Not 3 on 3. One-on-one shootout.
Shootout. Yeah. So there was stuff like that where it was.
The single player modes were good, like franchise and stuff.
Yeah, and it's a 3 on 3. Basically, was the way I describe it. It's a 3 on 3 game. That's chaos. It's chaos 3 on 3 hockey where anything goes.
You guys are setting on fire. You get a meter where you fill the meter halfway. You set one of your players on fire. You fill it up all the way. Your whole team sets on fire.
And it basically gives you enhanced abilities.
Yeah, you get faster, stronger, better shots, better passes, just better everything.
So yeah, like I said, that was number 7 on my list. So you kind of scratched off. You killed 2 birds with 1 stone there.
Yeah, when you mentioned the baseball quiz or whatever, another one, they had that too in this, where in between games and stuff, they give you a little hockey quiz question that you could answer.
And you got nothing for it.
No.
No, it's just to test your knowledge.
Yeah, you got it right. You're like, oh, sweet. You felt wrong. You're like, I'm a fake fan. That's what I felt like. I felt like, man, why am I playing this game if I don't know
Meanwhile, I was born in 98, you were born in 2004, and they're like, 1954, and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy?
I sometimes just guess. I'm like, I've never heard of these guys in my life, bro.
It was made by Midway Games. The cover athlete for that one was Chris Pronger in his St. Louis Blues days.
Oh.
Like I said, it's crazy. It's a chaos game, no rules. The only penalty you can get is hitting the goalie.
Yep.
That's it. And that's only if it was 3-on-3. If you were already down a person, you could hit the goalie all you wanted. You couldn't have more than one person in the penalty box. I found that out. I would just take a penalty and then run up, hit the goalie, and score. I
used to always do a thing where I'd give the puck to my goalie and then run it down with the goalie and get a goal with my goalie because I felt like it. Because you could do that.
It's a chaos game. The best deciding factor that made it for me was not the franchise mode. Oh, okay. It was the franchise mode because it wasn't franchise with a team. It was a franchise with your team.
Yeah. You got to make your own people.
You created your own people, and I used to create all the people that played hockey in our family. I used to just throw them in the game and give them realistic.
You put me in the team. I've never played hockey a day in my life.
Yeah, you're my brother. It's different.
Okay.
And you won equipment. So you took on these teams, and you had to beat them, and you could get their players sometimes, or you can get their equipment, or.
Now that I think about it, that's probably what inspired NHL the new one, threes. The whole getting different people's players when you beat them and their equipment and stuff.
It could have been. I mean, it wasn't made by EA. It was a Midway game.
I know, yeah, but I'm saying they have to take some inspiration. The fast pace, no rules. You look back and think NHL hits. They had to.
Now that I think about
they had to have drawn inspiration from that.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
So I found that cool how you could kind of take over the world. You had to win game.
Wasn't there actually a globe or something?
Yeah, it was a globe, and you travel around the globe and face first crappy teams, crappy AHL or made up teams. You'd beat them, they sucked, and then there was a boss fight where it was a team that had a theme to it. So there was a shark team, they were all sharks, and there was a clown team, they were all clowns,
I remember those
and pirates, and so you beat them. That was your boss teams, and then eventually you graduated onto NHL teams. And so it's quite like threes, because threes you go through circuits.
That's exactly what it. No, they had to have just taken direct inspiration from NHL.
They had to. Hits. Maybe Midway should sue EA.
No, I doubt that. When was the last game Midway made?
Midway Games?
I haven't heard of them in
time. So we could just be missing something.
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay, so Robert's gonna go back to back.
Yeah, I guess I got number 7 now.
7. You pick another one on my list. I'm gonna fight. That's one.
No.
That's one thing about.
This is not going to be anywhere.
Okay.
BioShock Infinite.
Ooh, number 7 with BioShock.
PlayStation 3.
Tell me about it.
That game was fun. It's just one of those games where you go through, you get new guns, you get new abilities. They're called vigors. They're potions you drink.
It's almost like an RPG, but not.
Not quite. Well, because you didn't put points in anything.
No, but I'm saying it's you evolve as you go.
Kind of, yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's a little differently set up.
And then you got new abilities, new guns. The story was good. It was the whole concept of it's kind of confusing actually. I haven't played it in a little while. It's confusing. It still confuses me. So I was thinking of it, but I was still I don't know my head around it. You're this guy, and you open up, and you're coming up to this lighthouse, and you have this debt or whatever you need to pay or something. And then you go into this lighthouse. There's all these things about paying debts and stuff written on the walls, and then you sit in this chair, and then it shoots you up to the lighthouse in this rocket chair, and then you're at the place. Oh, I forgot what it's called. Either way, you're at this place. It's old timey. It's all the whole happy-go-lucky.
First person.
Yeah, it's first person. You walk
magic.
in.
You have magic, don't you?
That's what the vigors are.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole thing, and everything seems so cool. And you're going through, and you got to find this girl.
Was that for PS3, right?
PS3. Yeah. Okay. You need to bring the girl to someone to pay off your debt. So you're going to find the girl.
But of course, it's not that simple. You know, it's a very involved. You're fighting off basically.
And I remember thinking, oh, this place is so cool you're at, and there's this raffle. I'm like, oh, I love raffles. And so you have to join the raffle or whatever. You get told by some ominous person to not pick number 66 or whatever, but you end up getting number 66 anyway because they just give it to you. And you win the raffle. It's like a baseball. And you win the raffle. They pick your number, and it's like, oh, cool. What's their prize? Don't they wheel out an interracial couple because turns out they're racist, all of them. So they had this whole facade of it's all happy. No, it's not happy.
It's like the utopian standard.
Yeah,
it's like
it appears to be utopian, but it's actually dystopian.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, well, your prize is you get to throw the first baseball at them.
It's like, what the
And
hell?
you get the choice to either actually do it or throw it at the announcer guy. Either way, when you go to throw, someone stops you because you heard out you have this mark on your hand that makes you like called the false shepherd or whatever, which is like the Antichrist to them.
Yeah.
And then they pull this cool like saw blade thing that like spirals on their hand, and then you take it from him, you kill him, and then it's just a bloodbath after that. You're fighting, and the game starts.
Yeah.
So much fun.
It's a cool game. It's kind of the gameplay to me reminds me of Skyrim, like not the actual thing, but the gameplay. How you have your hands and you do stuff with it. So yeah, anything else you want to add to that one? No, it was a good game. I loved it. I remember playing that game.
I beat it, and the ending I won't say it, but it was crazy. It was a little bit, you could call it a little bit far fetched and stuff.
Yeah, but you gotta play it.
It was cool.
And any games on these lists, if you can find them, play them, man.
Play them. Yeah, Bioshock's good.
Number 6 for me, God of War 3. Now, I chose this one out of the series, God of War, because it was the best one. Best graphics, of course, because more involved.
Well, okay, and we're not gonna count the new God of War that came out because neither of us have played it.
Yeah, no, I'm not counting.
We haven't played it, and it's not the same kind of gameplay as the older God of War.
And it's like a different
story.
It's a different story. I almost classify it as a different series. It's not as God of War, but I almost classify it as a different storyline.
Yeah, no,
like
it's different in most
ways. The
ways.
other one's going that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, God of War 3 is the conclusion to that series, right? Until they go on to this other direction. So it's the conclusion. The fight for the best. Basically, if you haven't played God of War before, in the first game, you become the God of War by defeating the God of War Ares.
Yep, because they task you to kill Ares because he's just going on a rampage.
Yeah, he's bad. And then you basically find out, I'm just cold noting it here, you basically find out Zeus is your father, I guess your half-father, because Kratos is the demigod.
Yep, he's a demigod. Half Zeus, half his mortal mother.
And he hates Zeus because Zeus, I'm pretty sure, killed his mom. And to punish Kratos. And Zeus has sent Kratos to like the underworld to die.
And Kratos killed his family through some sort of like weird vision he had.
Yeah.
He accidentally killed his own family.
I think by accident or something.
Yeah.
I think Zeus.
He blames it on the gods or something. He always finds a way to blame everything on the gods.
Yeah. So this is your journey. Basically, the number 2 and number 3 is your journey through Olympus, trying to
kill the gods
and kill Zeus. Zeus is your end game. So yeah, God of War 3 is the conclusion to that. You gotta play it. It's violent. Do not let your kids play this game. It is the most violent game I've ever played in my life.
Alright, it's pretty violent, but...
Dude, I'm not gonna go through it.
Bro, I've beaten the game, and I've played through another half of it. Like, I played the game a lot.
I know, but like...
It's not that. It's bad. Oh, it's bad. There's worse games.
And there's always that one sex scene in each game. It's funny as hell. I find it funny that they just keep slipping that in there.
This one's the one where you have to press the button.
Yeah, you have to like interact.
Well, okay, so I came to it. I was like,
Aphrodite.
I'm not gonna do it because I have morals and I'm a good Christian boy. So I didn't. But I came back to it later. I'm like, what if I get something for it? Like, I gotta get a bunch of XP or maybe like an item or something. That'd be so cool. Give me like 6 XP. I'm like, I really just wasted. And I failed it once too, so I had to do it twice. And I really just wasted all that time in my life for 7 XP. I'm done. Like, I was pissed.
Yeah, so it came out March 2010. It's made by Sony, so it's a PlayStation only game. Like, it was made by them.
They remastered it for PS4.
Yes, they did. I forgot about that. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, it's just challenging. That's the best way I can say it, is that it's a very challenging game, it challenges you to play through the game, but the story is so good it makes you want to keep playing.
Yeah, and what I liked about it is most of the time things won't work the first time. You gotta figure out if you fail the first time, you gotta figure out the tricks and the little things and the little...
Like, part of this game you go through the labyrinth. So you gotta figure out all the tips and tricks of the labyrinth, right? Which is the most challenging, drives men insane, right? It won Most Anticipated Game in 2009, according to the Spike Video Game Awards, and then in 2010 when it did come out, Best Graphics. So
it actually had pretty good graphics when it came out.
Fantastic graphics. So that wraps that one up. But yeah, number 6 for God of War. I was trying to move it higher on the list, but I was
higher, or do you
higher? Yeah, like I was trying to, but there's the games that we're going to get into.
So you mean lower in the list to 1?
Yeah, okay, sorry. Higher. I'm meaning higher in ranking.
Okay.
When I say higher on the list. What's your number 6?
All right, number 6, Minecraft. This game.
Really?
TJ hates this game, bro.
I just find it
TJ despises this game. It was a big,
it's an opinion. It's a
huge part of my childhood.
It's an opinion
like my
list,
younger childhood, when I was a little lad. Love this guy. I used to watch YouTubers play it on the reg every day.
I don't know for sure, but I know it's won awards. It's won multiple awards.
And I had such a longing to want to play the game, but like I had no money because I was like 10 or 11, so I had no money. Parents went buy it for me because it was like $50. What makes sense. My kid was like, "Oh, buy me this game for $50 just because." I'm like, no. So it makes sense. And all I did was just talk about Minecraft, and we could play the demo. We played on your laptop, me and Bradley, my little brother. You could go onto the website and try like a demo of it. You got 30 minutes, and then it reset your world. You
guys played the crap out of that.
We played it over and over and over and over. And then for my birthday, my mom and dad got me a $50 prepaid Visa card, and I already knew what it was for. They didn't even have to say anything. They just looked at me, and I was like, "I'm getting Minecraft, boys!" And I'm like running around and stuff. I'm freaking out. Played it forever. I still play it to this day, just every so often with the friends, with the boys.
It's another game.
You get on, you start a world, you like build your house or whatever. You gather resources, you do this or that. It has unlimited replay potential, and it never, to me, will ever get old. And even what I like about the computer version too is they update it frequently, and if you don't like the updates, you can always just go back to previous updates.
Yeah.
I always play when I actually on this world I started recently on the computer on my own. I've been doing the recent update because I want to see how they've changed. But when I used to play, I used to just go 1.8 because that's where I think it was at its best. But yeah, Minecraft. I'll always play that game with my friends or even alone. It's just fun.
Yeah, I can't attribute to it because, like I said, personally, I don't like the game. It's a personal opinion, though. I just don't. I find it. I wouldn't say boring.
Yeah, and I'm not just jumping on this bandwagon when everyone's about Minecraft now.
No.
There was this whole era where everyone hated Minecraft. I was still just gaming out Minecraft. There was all throughout like 2013. It's like this year, people hated Minecraft. It's like, oh, Minecraft's for little kids. It's stupid. It's.
I think it's people worrying about being too young and stuff.
Oh yeah, they think it's childish and all this. And now everyone's like, oh, Minecraft, cool, yeah. I've always been pro Minecraft. Love that game.
It's cool, man. It's cool. I can tell you this about Minecraft, it is very still central on YouTube. It may not be the most gamed.
It just came back. Like, it was big before, but now everyone's playing Minecraft because PewDiePie did it.
For sure.
And now everyone's
the trendsetter, yeah, for sure. So now number 5. So now we're into the top 5 here, which is where it starts to get a little more.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, my only reason Minecraft isn't, that's why I put it right at, not at 5, but around the middle. Because it's one of those games, though, again, where there's not really a story to it. There was a big connection to it for me. That's why it got lower than, or like closer to number 1 than like the big NHL hits did. Because it was just a huge part of my childhood. But there's still not that story to it. There's still not that thing where I was attached to it, right?
Yeah, you're only attached to the gameplay.
I'm still attached to it.
Which is why it's hard. And what you'll find probably when we move into these top 5, there's going to be 2 probably driving factors, or for me anyways, is either it was a complete game, I loved every bit of it, or nostalgia, heavy nostalgia.
I'm telling you right now, my number 1 is going to blow your mind.
I'm hoping
it will blow your skull across. Your brains are going to be splattered everywhere, bro.
Robert just pulled like the biggest trick of all time. It's just like, it will blow your mind. Okay, so we're pretty deep into this podcast, so we're going to try to...
Are we?
Yeah,
how long are we into?
45-minute market already.
Holy shit, okay, that's awesome.
So we're going to keep going. Number 5, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Ah, that was going to be one. I didn't mention that. That was an honorable mention of mine, actually.
Yeah.
Knights of the Republic?
Not like jog your memory?
Solid. No, yeah, I literally thought I wrote it down. I'm just stupid and can't read.
So Knights of the Old Republic, it is a role-playing game in the Star Wars universe. So basically what you're trying to do is it takes back like 4,000 years before the Star Wars
the Old Republic era.
Like
so back when everything was different. There was no CIS at this point, so no droids.
No, it's just the Sith and Guild of the Sith and Republic.
Yep. There were more than just 2 Sith. The rule of 2 wasn't established yet.
Nope.
That was established by Darth Bane after Darth Revan, the main enemy. Darth Revan and Darth Malak. I think Revan's dead, though. Malak is the one
Malak killed Revan.
Yeah. Because Bane, way later, finds Jedi Holocron made by Revan about discussing the rule of 2, and that's how he establishes the rule of 2, and now it's all not canon.
I can't believe they made it uncanon.
Actually, no. I think Darth Bane is still canon.
Bane is.
But here's the thing: how could Darth Bane making up the rule of 2 be canon if Darth Revan, who technically now never made that holocron that he read, would inspire Darth Bane?
They probably
they probably bullshitted something.
It's probably just Darth Bane found a holocron rule of 2.
Yeah, a holocron by some random Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
But either way, sorry, that was a little bit of Old Republic trivia.
July 2003 it came out. It is, of course, a Lucas Arts product.
That was a fun game. I played it.
The main driver was BioWare.
Yep.
Because LucasArts doesn't do it by that kind of stuff by themselves. So yeah, it centers around you, character you've created, and yeah, you go along, upgrade attributes and stuff.
Oh, I just remember the twist at the end. I won't say it.
Jeez, you just.
But I gotta say, sorry, but that is actually such a good twist.
Yeah, dude.
You remember it, right?
Yeah.
If you really want to know it, you can search it up. Either way,
or play the game.
It sounds pretty cliche.
You can find it anywhere.
But it honestly does it well.
It's on Steam. I have it on my laptop.
Bro, I just remembered it. What the hell? That's so bonkers.
So yeah, you role-playing game. You
centered around you, yeah.
What?
Centered around you. That's
centered around you. You make a character. You at first you're like, hey, we gotta find Bastila. Your ship gets attacked. You gotta find Bastila.
Bastila's a Jedi Master.
All power Jedi Master. Because she has something called battle meditation. It moves your troops and makes you battle better. So they're like, we gotta find her. Like the Sith find her, they're gonna kill her and blah 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 blah, right? And so basically, yeah, you move throughout the game as you're fighting for the Republic. That's you. One thing I'm not going to say is, spoiler, you become a Jedi. You study the Jedi arts. That's how the game develops. You start becoming a Jedi, and they find out you're gifted. And then that's where the game really takes off from there.
Yeah, but then you get a more choose-your-own path as the game goes on.
Then it's very choose-your-own path. You choose your own Force abilities and all
you
the characteristics.
Choose your alliances. Like you have a dark side meter and a light side meter based off your choices.
It's all choose-your-own adventure-like style. Like you have what you talk about and blah blah blah.
It's almost like Dungeons and Dragons. If it was a video game,
and Star Wars,
and if it was Star Wars, because you have your chance on hit and your damage side, but it's just like D&D.
It's very.
You roll for on hit and you roll for damage.
It's very engaging.
Actually, no. Wait, that D&D you roll for hit and damage, right? I'm thinking Warhammer because Warhammer 40K and D&D are like really similar. But yeah, you roll for hit and you roll for damage. It's the same thing. You can dual wield. If you dual wield, you get less on hit but more damage.
You have to read. It's a bunch of about reading about pluses and negatives and. It's an awesome game. I love it.
Different armor that give you different stats, different blasters that do different things, specialization things. You get to choose your party based off what you need.
Yep.
Very solid.
It's awesome. I love the game so much.
And that nostalgia factor, they're so strong too.
Yeah, because I was playing it as a child.
People think that nostalgia, looking at everything through nostalgia goggles, clouds up things, but no. I don't know. I'm a sucker for nostalgia.
It makes me see what I really do enjoy. It's Game of the Year in 2004. By Game Developers Choice, and it was the fastest at the time ever Xbox seller at the time.
Really?
Like Xbox title. It sold 250,000 copies in 4 days. They sold out the day it released it. They released it and it was sold out.
Wow.
They had to order more in. 250,000 in 4 days. Broke the record.
That's nuts.
It shattered it.
250,000 in 4 days?
250,000 copies in just 4 days. And it's an only Xbox game.
Wow.
So it's only Xbox buyers buying
that means on pace for 16 days would be 1 million if they kept at the same pace. But it's like...
It didn't. It
did. It never does.
No.
But still, that's a ridiculous number.
Yeah, it set a couple records for Xbox, so it was a huge title. Huge title for Xbox. And like I said, it was an Xbox-only game at the moment.
And it lived up to the hype, too.
At that time. It still is. It's Xbox, only console you can play it on is Xbox.
Yeah, you can get it on Steam?
You can get it on Steam, which is what I have it on.
Our cousin Matthew, you can get it on your phone, he told me. He has it on his phone.
That's crazy.
So when he was at boot camp,
that might be
when he had free time, he'd whip it out and play.
That might be through a driver of some sort.
I think there was some way. I don't think it was. Actually, no. I think he just spent like $6 on the Play Store.
Really?
That's what he
On the
said.
Play Store, so it's not an iPhone product?
Oh, whatever store.
Is it an Apple product?
I think he has
no?
an iPhone.
Okay. So
But either way, yeah, you showed me, and he plays it. It's just you have like this little joystick you press and these little buttons.
that's cool.
Honestly, it's not a very action-packed. Like, it is action-packed, but it's not. It's turn-based, so you don't need like all these intricate
Yeah, so that's
controls.
one big thing I forgot to mention about the games. Are the combat is turn-based, which
Well,
is,
yeah, if I said D&D, you're gonna assume.
yeah, but me, like, I'm a sucker for turn-based games.
It's fun.
I'm a sucker for it. I find strategy is my get-off with games, man. I love it. I love strategy games so much. All right, Robert, number 5.
Number 5.
For you.
This one, I don't know. I feel like I might get some
heat.
heat.
Uh-oh.
But Doom for the PS4.
Really?
Loved that game.
Huh.
You saw how much I played it.
Yeah, you loved it.
I played it
You were mad when it
nonstop.
was over.
I literally was. I loved that. I was getting good at it too. I was learning all the little nuances, all the little things you had to do. I should have played at maybe harder difficulty. I played on hard. I should have probably played on very hard. Then there's super hard or whatever, the hardest difficulty, but that's just very hard, but you don't get a respawn, and that's just suicide. That is just stupid.
If you think you can play through that game without dying, you're out of your mind.
Oh yeah, on
Out of
hard
your
I died a
mind.
bajillion times. And it was tough, but it was fun. It was the whole concept of you never stop moving. You're running around constantly, always shooting. It literally tells you.
It's a classic Doom game made for PS. Like
Yeah, it's like the old
if
Doom
you're
games.
listening to this and you played the old Doom games when they came out, like very old. It's the same thing. They just updated the graphics,
Yep.
man. It's
I played
action-packed
Doom 64 on the
crazy.
computer. I got an emulator for Nintendo 64. Yeah, and it's similar. You see the resemblance. It's only now you can jump. You can jump into I think one of the older ones, but not the really older ones. And you get different guns. And
it's a Doom game. Just that's
Right
all I
on.
can tell you.
You kill shit.
Doom's a game of its own. You have to play it in order to understand it.
But yeah, that's what I realized. Same thing with like BioShock Infinite and the Resident Evil. You go through these games where you go through it and you get more stuff and you get better weapons, you fight harder enemies. I like those kind of games.
Reward. Your games are rewarding. Like you need to reward for doing all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm not getting like wow.
English.
I like getting
Slow
new
down.
weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
It's because it's fun, and then you guys weapons are good. And what weapons are dog doo doo? Because there were ones that were really good. Like I had this railgun, and you could do this mode where you shot this like big laser shot, and it was so good. It would one tap some of the harder enemies. And there were 2 weapons per ammo type. The other one was like the submachine gun. It was okay, but the railgun was just too good to ever even consider using the SMG.
Yeah.
Then you had your shotgun. You had this actually what I found was really even. The regular shotgun, because you had the explosive shot, well, it's just a better upgrade to do. There was the rapid fire shot, but explosive shot was so good. Or there was the super shotgun. I used the regular shotgun when I was running around because it punishes you for missing because it only uses 1 ammo per explosive shot. And if you got it maxed out, it was bang, 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 so really good. The super shotgun does more damage, but you use 2 ammo per shot. And when you have like 40 max ammo, it's a lot more punishing to miss. And then there was all these weapons. Oh yeah, but I played it a lot. It was challenging. It was fun. The story was good. Bosses were good.
Yeah. It looks like a good game. Number 4, we're getting out of the crunch here. Star Wars Force Unleashed. So I was 2 back-to-back studies. Only 2 Star Wars games that are on my list.
That was another one that I was gonna put on my list, but didn't.
It's an awesome game. Very uncanon. All of it is uncanon.
It's just the fact that I never beat it, so I couldn't put it on the list.
I beat both of them, 1 and 2. Very uncanon, which drives me nuts.
Well, because Starkiller's just
Starkiller's
stupid.
So
he pulls starships from the sky.
You play around this character, Starkiller, who at the very beginning of the first game, Darth Vader finds you, murders your master.
Well, you weren't even a Padawan yet, were you?
No, you were nothing. You were just a guy that was Force sensitive that Vader found the
just
Force.
Just a kid.
In. So, and Vader, what made Starkiller so powerful was Vader was like, you play the first mission as Vader. You're Vader.
Yep.
Right?
You could kill these Wookiees.
And you're killing Wookiees. You're invading Kashyyyk. And this takes place in between the 3rd and 4th movie.
Right after.
Directly after the 3rd movie, essentially.
Yeah, because you're just the Jedi Purge.
Yeah. So you're running through Kashyyyk, killing Wookiees. So then you run into this Jedi, an unnamed Jedi.
Rogue Jedi.
Councilman, Rogue Jedi, pretty much.
Councilman.
I think it's a Council Jedi or something like that.
It just says Rogue Jedi.
Rogue Jedi?
For the title. Yeah, I remember when I thought it was French. I thought it said Rouge because I was a dumb little kid. I was like, he's not even wearing red. Why do you call it Rouge Jedi? But then I realized it's Rogue Jedi. Either way, it's a little bit.
So basically, you fight him. He's stupid easy because you're Darth Vader, and he's just a regular Jedi.
That was a pretty fun fight, though, I found.
Yeah, so you dispatch him, you beat him. Hopefully, if you can't beat the first level, then don't play the game.
Yeah, it gets harder from there.
And then he's like, before Vader kills him, he's force choking him. He's like, "Where's your master? I can sense him." Like, da 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 da. It's the kid he's sensing because Starkiller is so force sensitive, he can sense it. So Vader, then the stormtroopers are gonna kill Starkiller. Vader kills the stormtroopers.
Because he senses how much power he has.
He senses how much power, and Vader is like, "This is what I can do to overthrow the Empire."
Yeah, he doesn't want to waste all that potential.
Yeah. So he secretly traps Starkiller, which is you.
Yeah.
Hides him away and has him go on these missions to test him, and secretly becoming his Padawan. So breaking the rule of two and secretly becoming his Padawan, his secret weapon, as he calls him, to eventually overthrow the Emperor. Yeah. So it's a great game. You play as Starkiller. He's stupid strong. And it's kind of RPG based, like you said.
Kind of like God of War 3, if you think about it. You go through, you kill all these Jedi, just like you kill all the gods.
Yeah. And you basically
get stronger.
And it's crazy because then Starkiller starts. Like, you have love involved in it. You fall in love, and it's a story, like, all in
itself. You start questioning if you want to be a good guy or a bad guy.
He starts to have conflict, like the light side and the dark side conflict. Like, he starts to be pulled towards the light a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And it's crazy. It's a good game. Really good game. Now, when I say that it's a good game, I was shocked when I did my research that it wasn't listed as a good game. It didn't win any awards. Okay.
What the hell?
It didn't win any awards. It was released in September 2008 by LucasArts, of course, because of Star Wars.
Yep.
And THQ was the driver.
Yep.
THQ is who made it, which I think was a big breakthrough for THQ at the time. And the best thing I could find about it was that they said that the fighting was challenging, I believe. Like, fighting glitches and stuff made it hard to play the game or hard to enjoy the game is what they said.
I didn't find them.
Neither did I, which is why I was surprised. And they said the best thing someone said about it, he said literally his quote was along the lines of, the best thing I could say about it is it was placed 7th best game that year. Which is still decent, because he was a critic. He was doing his voting.
Yeah, I liked it. It was just one of those hack and slash beat 'em up games
with a good story. Which is why it placed so high for me. It had a great story.
And I found one of my Jedi battles weren't that bad either.
No, they were good.
They felt pretty fluid.
Yeah.
It's not just you smash them. You actually got to block and attack and use your force.
Yeah. And
I thought it was good.
Me too.
I like that game.
Me too. I played it on multiple platforms. I beat it on PSP and...
Yeah, that's one of those games, maybe if you asked me another week, I would have put that one on my list. But just how I'm feeling, I guess it's just...
But again, it's an uncanon just because Starkiller is too powerful.
Oh, he's stupid.
And
he literally pulls
Star Destroyer out of the sky with the Force, which is, if you're a Star Wars fan, that's unheard of.
That's
almost impossible.
It doesn't happen.
And because of the ending, which is another reason why it makes it uncanon. So just play the game because it's awesome. All right, number 4.
Number 4. Now, you might get pissed off at this. I'm going to be honest.
No, I'm not going to get mad. I don't get mad at the list because it's...
You will get angry. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Number 4, eh?
Number 4. Yep.
Huh. I'm really excited for your top 3 now because that's an awesome game. Yep. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but that's my number 1.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that coming into this.
Yeah. So
there's no way you have
I'll let you have your blurb about number 4, and then I'm gonna talk about it as my number 1.
No. Save your number 1 for number 1, bro. Don't. I want to hear your reasons for it at number 1. The suspense.
All right. I'll leave the suspense. I'll ruin it that it is my number 1, but since it is number 1, I will wait to talk.
Yeah, I want to hear your reasoning.
I'll wait to talk about it.
Because you're gonna probably want to talk about it a bit longer than the other ones. Because it probably means the most.
All right,
to
so
you.
you do your little blurb.
Oh, it's just fun. Call of Duty's always been a big part of my life, and this one just did it for me. It did it for a lot of people. The story was amazing. They got rid of that thing in the original Modern Warfare where the enemies just spawned forever. But I didn't really notice. But now that I learned that and went back and played both of them, I realized, yeah, that is a bit less annoying. The missions are great. The characters were good. Soap, great. Price, great. Solid characters. You don't get to see Price till a little bit in, but he's there.
Yeah, because he was kidnapped.
Yeah, and you rescue him. Combat was fun. Call of Duty, you shoot people, whatever. They had the good mix of here's the thing. Here's my gripe. Oh, I used the word gripe. That's right. I'm serious. With the newer Call of Duty games, the missions aren't original. You just go in places, you shoot some guys. That's it.
Yeah, they're not.
Each mission was a whole new experience. You come in the cliffhanger, the first level. You're in this huge icy place. You're climbing with a pick or whatever. There's one mission where you're like underwater and stuff. You're on this oil rig. Every single mission has a different thing to it, a different little niche, I guess. And each mission, you have a perfect mix of like just all out fighting because you played as a U.S. Marine. You played as someone in SAS, right?
Yep.
And then there was one more. The third guy. There's a third guy, right?
Yeah, there was three of them.
What is it? He was the one with Price and Soap.
Yeah, I can't remember.
No, maybe that was SAS.
No, yeah, that was SAS.
Yeah, that was SAS.
Was SAS, and there was a U.S. Marine. Maybe there was only two in that one.
Because you switch up halfway through because doesn't one of your guys die?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what happens. Either way. So yeah, the perfect mix of like all-out warfare with the Marine and the stealthy stuff. You still get to the shooting, but the more tactical stuff of the SAS. And it really just gives you all this blend of like fast-paced, slow-paced, just murder and smart, and every single level had a huge thing to it. The twists and turns in the story, it's amazing. I don't think it's been replicated.
Which I'll get more into in when I...
The only game I think that's come close to it is probably the original Black Ops. In the story and the combat and stuff.
But like I said before, we couldn't pick more than one series, so when I come down to the Call of Duty series, it had Modern Warfare.
Had to be Modern Warfare 2.
It had Modern Warfare 2.
There's no way.
And I'm excited for the new one in October.
Oh, the remake of the original?
It's not a remake.
Not a remake, remaster.
No, it's not a remaster of the original.
What?
It's not.
What do you mean?
Like it's released in October? It's not a remaster.
Of what? Wait, what are we talking about?
Modern Warfare. I said I'm excited for the new one in October.
There's new Modern Warfare? What do you mean now?
Where have you been?
What do you mean?
There's a new Modern Warfare coming out in October.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Remake.
I keep thinking it's not a remake because it's just called Modern Warfare, so I keep thinking, it's a remake.
No.
Yeah, it's a reboot. That's what it is because they're redoing.
Reboot of the series.
Yeah, it's a reboot of the series. That's why I was thinking remake. Sorry, I just English doesn't come natural to me. I say the wrong words all the time, bro. Either way.
So that was your number 4. Now on to my number 3, and I'm going to throw a loop into this countdown. Everyone's going to be like, I get his type of games. Number 3, Mario Party 5. Mario Party 5 is
really? Number 3?
Number 3 on this list.
You put that above God of War.
Nostalgic, dude. Nostalgia drove this one almost to the top of the list. But number 1 and number 2 were the reasons that I got stopped. Because number 1 and number 2 are my unstoppable force, immovable object kind of things. So Mario Party 5 is the best one in the series in my opinion, and it's not just purely nostalgia driven. I remember playing this when I was homesick on the GameCube. You know what I mean? I loved playing this game. I found the mini games were all fun. There was not a single mini game that when it popped up, I was like, oh crap, not this mini game again? No.
I find that with the new one, there are mini games that I just find not as fun.
Whatever. So, if you haven't played Mario Party, welcome to the world. Mario Party exists. It's a board game. You play with Mario characters. There's dice. There was a story to this one.
There was?
Yeah, Bowser was trying to take over Dream City or something like that.
Okay.
So you had to play story mode levels where you'd face 3 Koopa kids. You'd have to beat them. So it was made by Nintendo. Surprise! If you didn't know who made Mario.
Yep.
In November 2003, Hudson was its driver.
2003, a year before I was born.
It's like a party board game, like I said. Now, again, I love it. Nobody else did, according to the critics. They hated this Mario Party, essentially.
Those nostalgia goggles, bro.
They had low-scoring games where they found it was hard to get stars, hard to get coins. And
that's my gripe with this new one. Is they just hand feed you a bajillion stars. If you have 30 coins, you get this Lakitu, you're going to steal someone's stars. I find there's too much stars in this economy in this new game.
A lot of questionable things happen. They said you could be in the, pretty much ahead of the game the whole time. If someone lands on the item space, which was a big revolving thing, and it spit out this capsule, and you get an item. There's an item space.
Oh, I think I remember that.
There's an item space one where, literally you can just, swap places with someone. So they steal all your stars or all your coins. Yeah, it was hard to get, but people said they hated that. So they're close to the end. And they found the story and the game in general long to play. They found it was too long and dragged out as a Mario Party. I know, right? It's a Mario Party.
I don't get that, though. If you're going to be playing alone, why not make it story mode?
Now, it had some mini games which were cool. There was that mode where it was all mini games and you had to battle for spaces. You had to control the board by winning mini games.
There's one of those in the new one.
Love it. And there was another mini game that I'm trying to remember now, and it's kind of foggy. But there was another like mini mode, not a mini game because it's mini games, mini mode, like side modes to it. I thought it was awesome. And another reason why people hated it, because apparently Mario Party 4 was like the meta of the Mario parties. And then so they said Mario Party 5 was doomed considering how good Mario 4 did. They said they weren't gonna like it. There was no way that anybody would have liked it. But yeah, number 3, I threw everyone for a loop. Mario Party is on. I had to include Mario Party somewhere, right?
Really? Okay. Is my go?
Yeah, right. Number 3, dude.
So number 3 and number 2 were a big debate on which one should get which spot. Pro tip also, I changed my number 1. My number 2 was going to be number 1.
Oh, you
but I swapped it. And I still think, I don't know whether or not, maybe it was number 3, but no, I think this is fine. Number 3, God Eater.
Oh, okay.
Game. Yeah. Ooh la la, this game was fun, bro.
What the hell?
It was fun. You had, it was just one of those games, like hack and slash. You kill. I've gone into great detail on God Eater before in one of our previous podcasts.
Well, just refresh, No,
I'm just saying. Yeah. If you want the real big, because I drag on that for a while, you can go back to that one where we talk about. That was the first one, actually.
First episode.
But yeah, so you have this weapon. It's called. I forgot what it's called, but it's a special weapon. And I guess I shouldn't start with that. So I'll start actually where it makes sense. So Earth has been not invaded, but there's these creatures. They're called I think they're like kaiju, almost like Pacific Rim. They were called, but they're called like It's Japanese. I don't know how to speak Japanese, but it's Kaya something. And they are like these weird. They almost look like dinosaurs, but some of them are like weird. Like some of them have like missile launchers on them because they've consumed that kind of stuff. And they're all these different creatures, and they kill people because they want to. It's not fun. And then you have these weapons, which one of those creatures is living like within the weapon, so it's almost like a living weapon. Yeah. And it's the only weapon that can kill these things. So you have to be compatible with the weapon. And there's only certain people that are kind of like they're born with the ability to be compatible with them. And there's 2 types. There's the melee guys and the range guys. And you're one of 2 hybrids, they're called, where you get a ranged weapon and it can transform into a melee weapon. And you basically just got to kill these creatures and stuff. It's really fun. I grinded it. The story was pretty good. It was also just a grind that I enjoyed.
Along with it, right?
Yep. I watched the anime first, and then I played the game after. And I loved the game. The anime was all right. Like, I liked it a lot. That's what made me want to find more of it. But then I realized it was a game, and I was like, oh, this game actually looks fun. And it was. There was one guy called DS Pita. He was, like, really hard to beat. I still haven't beaten him.
Yeah, Art also played this game because apparently it's just hard as hell.
It's too hard for me. I'm not good enough. It's just that you don't have enough time. So you have half an hour. So there's this DS Pita guy, then a smaller, like, mini boss, kind of. And even if you kill DS Pita, there's not enough time left to kill the mini boss guy.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I'm out of breath after speaking so fast in such a short period of time. Holy God.
Art's rapid firing about God Eater. Is that all you got to add about it?
No, I got more. I have to catch my breath.
I've never heard someone run out of breath on a podcast.
All right.
A little fun fact about Robert, he just speaks that way. He just speaks fast. That's the way he talks.
I'm a fast talker, bro.
All right, you done your little breath there?
Yeah, all right. It was just, I don't know. I find, like, there's not much reason for me to like this game as some other ones. Like, I've got more in the details of, like, these other games. It just did it for me. You know what I mean? It just had that it factor. So I just liked it because it was fun, and I just spent a lot of time on it, and I enjoyed spending time on it. And I learned what's good and what's not good, and what I should do and what I shouldn't do, what items are good, what characters I think are better, all that. And it was really good. It took a lot of my time, and I had fun with it. That's all my criteria I need for a game I like.
Yeah, for sure. Number 2. So here we are, number 2. Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. At number 2 for me.
All right.
Now, nostalgia might creep in a little more on this. Again, the nostalgia goggles, as you called them.
Yeah.
But this to me, was the best Lord of the Rings game ever made, hands down.
Think so?
Hands down. The remakes of the movie games were like okay, and what were the other ones? The ones on the PS3.
Yeah, Lego Lord of the Rings. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, there's a Lego one, but I don't count that one. Shadow of Mordor. They were good too.
I really like the story that came along with the Third Age.
But this one was amazing story. Released in November 2004, EA product.
2004, hey, let's go.
So it was a great story. You're Barithor, brother of Boromir, if you've watched Lord of the Ring games, and you're trying to track him down. And then you learn about, as you're going along, you run into this elf and friends, and like you run into the ranger and the dwarf, and it's turn-based game, combat, and you're fighting orcs, trying to basically track down the Fellowship. So you're kind of coming along with the movies. You're
a few steps behind.
You're a few steps behind trying to track them down, and there's like hints, and you learn about the Fellowship, and
they have clips from the movie too.
Yeah, they have clips from the movie, and like what they're carrying, and so you start to learn that your journey is more important. Like you're not just tracking them down, now you're like, oh, we got to help them, and as the game develops, you start to try to help them and stuff like that. So it's fantastic. One thing that stuck out to me, co-op mode, which is crazy. You can run through the story with somebody else. You both play.
Why have we not done this?
We did it when you were a little younger, when this game came out.
Why have we not done this yesterday?
We should do this, actually. Now
what the hell? Yeah, what?
Together.
I don't understand. Why we have never done this? What? This has been a co-op mode this whole time?
Yeah, you run through it together.
How have I not seen that on my own? Either way, what the hell? Yeah, we definitely need to do that. That'd be
so
sick.
basically, turn-based, you control two people. You can switch which people you are and stuff like that, blah, 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 but you basically run together. So, basically, it did have success, but it didn't win any awards. Critics say the success was driven by Lord of the Ring fans alone.
Well, yeah.
That's it. They said there was no worldwide success as a game. It was only driven to
Lord of the Rings fan base is really big. So
exactly. That's why I did so successful to the fans. So basically, you'd run along, you'd collect equipment and get better armor and
RPG. This is textbook
RPG. People related to Final Fantasy, the way the game was set up.
Yep.
And everything. So
the basic attacks and special attacks.
They said it lived in Final Fantasy Shadow. That's why I didn't do. But EA listed it as a commercial success for them. Like, it was one of their successful games they listed it as.
Actually, now I think about it, it's really similar to Final Fantasy. But like the attacks, special attacks, the different meters and stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's very
solid
Final
game.
Fantasy. Yeah.
Anything that's like the pop culture stuff that we like that has games, it's just automatically a win.
Yeah, number 2 on my list, that's it, just because I love it. Like, it's a game I can play. The reason why I own a GameCube today is because I wanted to play it so bad, so I went out and bought a GameCube. Because that's the only thing I could find. It was on PS2 as well.
And here this guy goes around complaining about how he has no money. And he bought a GameCube just so he could... And he bought L.A. Noire just because he wanted to be a little detective, apparently.
Don't make fun of me. Shut up and talk about your number 2.
Number 2. Okay, so this might be breaking the rules, but I couldn't decide on just one game of it, so I'm just going to say the franchise itself.
You are breaking the rules. I told you.
No, not all of... Like, I'm not saying... It's not like two different spots. Like, it's not number 1, it's the other one of the series.
Okay, tell me what it is, and I'll tell you if you're breaking the rules or not.
Uncharted.
You're breaking the rules.
How?
Because there's multiple games.
I love them all. I love them all.
Pick one right now. Off the top of your head.
Fuck
pick
me,
one.
dude. I don't know. They're all so good.
Pick one. Just pick one. Let's talk about. I had to pick one with multiple other games. You gotta pick one.
It's either 1 or 2, I think.
So which one?
I'm gonna say 1.
Alright, number 1.
I guess.
Uncharted, the original.
I guess. Oh, man. You just made me choose between my children. It's fun. It's fun. It's so much fun. It's like Jason Bourne, but only better. I'm sorry, but I think they did a bit better.
I disagree, but go ahead.
What the?
I'm not an Uncharted.
We're fighting after this game. Or a game. Podcast. Suck. Either way, yeah. You had your guns. You could punch people. You could shoot people. And you go around and you clear area of people.
Talk about the story a little bit. Nathan Drake.
Hold up. I'm doing gameplay first. Right. My number 2. Right. My rules, Chachi. All right. So yeah, that's basically how the combat works. And then there were puzzles. So you basically clear a room of people or an area of people, then solve the puzzles that the area had, or vice versa, just in case there's like an ambush or something. But yeah, so you're Nathan Drake. You are a treasure hunter, and you have your second guy. I don't know, your pal named like Sullivan something. You don't call him anything besides like Sully the whole game. So you really don't. Last name doesn't matter. And so you guys are treasure hunters. You go around searching for like treasure and stuff because I don't know, they couldn't just have a normal profession. They had to. Oh no, because Nathan Drake, he had like great something or other that had a bunch of treasures. So that's like their main goal, and they do like side stuff with other treasures just to make sure they have money so they can keep going after this goal of their main treasure, where you find whatever blank Drake's treasure. And
what's his name? He's a real person.
Yeah.
I
forget his name.
Oliver Drake?
No. Either way.
Oliver Drake's an MLB pitcher. Go
on. And then, so you're looking around this place where you think the treasure probably might be, to your knowledge, and then there's this, some sort of private militia or whatever, and they're after the same thing you are. And it's basically just a fight between you and them, and you got to try to find the treasure before they do. You have to play it to understand. On the surface, it sounds pretty generic, pretty bland. But there's just, Nathan Drake has a really good charm to him. The way him and Sully work off each other is very good. Then there's the reporter girl you run into who's doing reporting in the area about this stuff. And she is like the main love interest in the game. She's throughout all the games. And you guys work really, really good together. The combat's fun. The problem solving's fun. The story was amazing.
Francis Drake,
that's it. You weren't even paying attention to what I was saying. You were just...
Drake.
All right.
No, I was, but...
But yeah, the story twists, just everything about it. Really good. Maybe I should have picked number 2.
Either way, it's pretty much the same.
Maybe I should have picked number 3, actually.
I'll let you do that for this one, because it's so high on the list.
They're all so good. And they're very similar, though. They have different stories. So that's why I couldn't pick, because they're very similar.
That's fair. But you still broke the rules, but that's fair.
All right, calm down there, bud. It's half my podcast. I'll break the rules when I want to. But yeah, I love that game. I played through 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm like halfway through 4. But I like 1, 2, and 3 more than I like 4. Just me personally.
Yeah. So do you want to get to my number 1 because we've already kind of revealed it, or do you want to do yours first?
No, what are yours? You can talk about
so like I said earlier, Modern Warfare 2, when he revealed it as number 4, was it on your list?
Yep.
Yeah. So I revealed it as my number 1, and it is awesome. So I'll give a little more backstory on it. November 2009, it came out. Infinity Ward and Activision owns COD. Infinity Ward was the driver. Best story. That's the main reason it's here. It is the story that no matter what game I play, sticks out in my mind as the best story I've ever played. It may be emotional playing the game, which is crazy. Yeah, that's one thing that sticks out is how emotional I got when certain things took place that I can't talk about because...
if you haven't played on YouTube by now...
You're crazy. So, maybe I'll say, right now, spoiler alert for this.
Do it like I did.
Yeah. Spoiler alert! So yeah, don't listen to this part if you haven't played the game or you plan on playing the game. When Shepard turns on you,
that was nuts.
I got emotional, dude. He freaking just shoots the character you've been playing the whole time, a roach. Just shoots you and shoots Ghost.
Dude, Ghost, man.
Shoots the ball. These lovable characters, and you don't even know. Shepard's helping you out of this place. He's like, come on, just a little further, and then he just shoots you both. And then you hear, as you're getting burnt, you hear in your comm, Price going, Roach, don't trust Shepard, don't trust him, he's working with blah, 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 he's turned on us. Don't trust him, as you're dying, right? And that's crazy to me, I was so emotional, and then you end up getting them in the end.
Yeah, in the eye, with the old throwing knife.
Yeah, so what I loved about this game is, like you noted earlier, the missions were all different, the gameplay was awesome. The stealth missions were amazing.
Yep. You've always liked stealth stuff.
I love stealth stuff. It's a part of the strategy, like I said earlier. 1v1 me on Rust, bro.
Dude,
the multiplayer in this game was what's the word I'm looking for? It was
immaculate.
Yeah, but it was revolutionary. It brought out online gaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It dropped the hammer on the race, really. So I was, looking it up, doing my research. It's won a lot of awards.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
For sure.
Editor's Choice Award in 2009. Spike 2009, it won Best Shooter, Best Multiplayer. Game Trailers listed as their Game of the Year. It got Action Game of the Year with the Arts and Science Committee. committee. I almost said committee.
Community. Yeah, I was going to say community.
So yeah, and it's got a short film. 2 short films. Yeah, right?
What?
I know. Robert just looked at me like he was crazy. Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. I had no idea. 2.
2 short films.
2, backed by COD.
What are they about?
They were fan made about Price or them finding Makarov and Price being captured by Makarov. They were both funded by COD, but they were fan made.
That's cool. That's
I need
really
to look
cool.
them up. Yeah, I need to look them up. I haven't watched them, but I was like, what? I need to find these.
Oh, you really did some digging on these.
Dude.
Holy Lord.
Yeah, it wasn't much to find it though, but
still, I didn't even know it
still,
existed.
my favorite game of all time, still to this day. And if they ever remake it, I will pay $1,000 for it.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't matter what it will take. I will play this game again. And yeah, I loved it. So we're gonna finish off with Robert's number 1.
All right, your mind
Yeah.
is about to be blown. This is on your list somewhere.
Oh, you didn't. I'm surprised you didn't.
Nah, I kept it in. I wanted to, but I'm not like you.
All right.
All right, I'm better. God of War 3
Number 1
is my number 1 game of all time.
And yeah, you heard us talk about that already. But why is it number 1?
I loved this game, bro. It is so good. Everything about it is just my favorite. The whole concept of just the straight epicness of you're killing all these gods and you're just on this rampage to get to Zeus and you're just killing everything that you find. And the combat, I found it was fun. It was, because I played through the game first time on normal. I played with Dad. Like me and Dad played every single day out in the garage after school. I'd come home in the garage. I'd get changed out of my uniform. And then boom, God of War time. All day. We just game out on God of War. Up until like late. Especially on like non-school nights, bro. Late. We were just God of Warring it out. So much fun, dude. Because I beat the game on normal pretty easily. I should have gone with hard. But then we played, and once we beat it on hard, we're still doing this run through to this day. It's so hard. We're playing on the hardest difficulty, Chaos. Very hard. Borderline impossible. It is unfair. But yeah, I'll get into that in a bit, because that's another reason why I like the game so much. But yeah, the combat was fun. I liked the hack and slash kind of element to it. But I felt like there seemed to be more to it, the more of like knowing what weapons to use at different parts, because there were weapons that are better at certain parts, mathematically, 100%. Knowing what to use when, resource management, to manage your item bar. You have to know when you want to exert yourself for a heavy attack, because sometimes we're better, and when you want to keep it a bit more tight with the lighter attacks. The boss battles were fun. And I felt the game, in most cases, was pretty fair. Now that I say that, half the time I was fair. A lot of times this game screwed you over with hitboxes and stuff. Let's say the Scorpion boss. I'm pretty sure they added the Scorpion boss just because they needed another boss, and they didn't know what to put, because it is not well made. The tail will slam right next to you, and you'll die half the time. Half the time you won't, half the time you will.
Yeah.
Shitty boss fight.
But
besides that...
That's your good old... That's real RNG, bro. That's...
Yeah. This game to me is perfect.
Should never be RNG.
Yeah. It is so perfect to me. The puzzles were fun. The story was great. The whole attitude to Kratos, what he had, this anger.
Kratos is a great character, enough to make the game himself.
Yeah. He's like Starkiller.
That's an iconic, just like Starkiller, iconic character.
Yeah.
Created.
Absolutely. And just, oh man. The fact that it's just like taking this thing like Greek gods and stuff, same with like Star Wars with the Jedis, and just flipping on its head. You're killing Hades, you're killing Poseidon, you're killing Zeus.
That's why a lot of people didn't like it.
Like what?
Because a lot of historical people that love the gods and the real stories and blah 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 watch this game and they're like, well, that's not accurate.
Who cares? This is just about, that's the whole point. It's all about just the chaos and the craziness and the epicness of just killing the gods, these huge fights. And just the fact that you're still mortal, you're this man with a vengeance, and you're just killing everything. But that's I liked it mostly for the gameplay. Gameplay was really fun. The old hack and slash. But yeah, playing it through on Chaos the second time around, I have PTSD, bro. It isn't right. It is not right. There was one level, really early on, there's these 2 fire dogs or whatever. Fighting them both at once, I found literally behind you impossible. I had the glitch of the game, where if you got one of the dogs to get off the screen, they stayed off screen until you brought them back on screen. So you could fight them one at a time. And it only worked like half the time, but I managed to do it, and then I managed to beat it. If I didn't do that, don't think I would have beaten it. Some of these boss fights are just unfair, bro. It is a hard game. And that's why, like, Dad's actually really good at God of War. Very good. He played on almost an on-par level with me. Not quite, because, you know, I'm a bit more adept to video games than he is, just because of the age and all that. But he played really well. Like, I could trust him to beat parts that, like, I was having trouble with. He didn't. Like, usually parts he could beat, I could beat, and pretty much vice versa. But I trusted him to do parts that would be challenging for me without being worried. And he did. Like, he was really good. So, yeah, we played through that whole thing together. We're still on it because there's one part that's just borderline impossible. But, yeah, that's definitely my number one.
So there you have it. This is a longer podcast than normal. Instead of an hour and a half.
A long-ass podcast.
So I'm sorry for the longevity of it, but it is well worth the listen. I think that you guys would agree after listening through it. So share it with everybody you can. Give us a rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you can. And like I said at the beginning, if you didn't agree with our list, great. It's all opinionated. Please let me know. I want to know. We want to know at our Instagram or in the comments below or anywhere. Just let us know.